Patty! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I'm getting ready to make some greeting cards. I've got some card stock. This is out of a little package that I got that had actual card stock with matching envelopes and stuff in it. You can make your own cards. So all you got to do is figure out what size you want them to be and then measure out your piece and mark out your edges on it. Figure out where you're going to score it in the middle for folding. You can either do them longwise or you can do them so they open up like a book, however you want your card to be. And a while back, you might remember that I painted up a bunch of cardstock that I had laying around, just scrap pieces. And I told you I'd be running it through an embossing folder, which I did. And I've got several pieces that I did that too, and several pieces that I didn't run through an embossing folder. They're kind of landscape type designs and stuff that I'm going to be putting on cards. And we're just going to make up some cards. I need some cards made up for all occasion. I've got some thank yous to send out, and there's some requests that I've had from people wanting stickers. Channel stickers from me, so I'm going to be sending those out, and I just like to put them in a card. Something that I have made might make it just a little bit more special for them. So you want your background. Now, let me just do these one at a time, keep them off of a stack here. I'm going to do 6 on this show, but you want your background to be a little smaller than your card. You want a little edge around it, and this piece is just perfect for that. So what I'm going to do, I've got this double face tape. This is Tombow. You can get all different kinds of double face tape. I like the Tombow. It seems to stick a little bit better than some of the other ones. And so I'm just going to put that around the edges of this piece that I'm going to lay on. And then I'll put a little bit in the middle, make me a little cross there in the middle of it so it sticks good and don't come up. And then just center it there on the card as you lay it down. Once you get it down, you just kind of rub it, burnish it down all over so that it's going to stay flat to the card. Now, there's a lot of different things that you could do here. You could run some lettering through the embosser or the die cutter, put thank you or happy birthday or, whatever you want to put on there. But since these are all occasion cards, I'm not going to, dress them up a whole lot. They are what they are. It's just a little all occasion card. That's something that I have made. And then before I send them out, I'll sign the back. I put on there handcrafted by BrendaG's Designs is what I put on the back of them. And then they have a card that I have made. So that makes it very simple. So there's the first one. That one's done as far as I'm concerned. And we got this one. This one I can put, well, let's see. I believe what I'd like to do on that is I'd like to put that one on a blue background. I think it'd show up just a little bit better on that bright blue. And I'm checking it to make sure it's going to fit good. See if I need to do any trimming or anything on it. I'm thinking it looks perfect just the way it is. So we'll take that. Oh, I got 2 stuck together. We'll move that one off to the side there. And here again, I put my tape down. Now, this is just how quick and simple this is. Once you have a stack of your backgrounds made up out of whatever scrap cardstock you've got from projects that you've done, you just set that aside, and then when you get ready to make cards, it's just as simple as sizing them up, taping them up, and sticking them down to the stationery. People make way too much out of it. They run into the store and they're paying $5, $6, $10 for a card when you can make them inexpensively at home and give somebody something special that you have actually made yourself. Now, here's this orange one, and let me kind of leaf through here and see if there's a special color in there that I want to put down here. I think this one would do just perfect on there. There's another, this is another music note one. That would look really good on there. So let's put some tape to that. wonderful how that just managed to be the right size. There was no pre-planning on that at all for that to be a special size or anything. Just what I had here done up, and they just happened to match that perfect. I'd trim them down if I needed to, but don't mess with perfection, you know. There we go. Rub that down good. And there's the third one made up. You know, a lot of people, I'm sure, when I went to putting that paint on the cardstock, thought, oh, what kind of a mess is she making? But see how pretty that turned out, you know, once it got all dry, and I just ran it through the embossing folder and put the music notes on it, and it just stands out, looks really pretty. Now, I got a yellow one here, and let's go with, here's one that's got just a touch of yellow in it. That'll stand out real pretty on that card. And let's get the camera so that it's focused up here a little bit better on what I'm doing. There we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3 of them. This is number 4. So let me get that off of the background. Now, this would go either way, whichever way you want to put it, whether you go embossed or debossed on it. I'm going to go with the embossed side up on it. So I think that's the prettier way on it, but you know, that's just me. Your mileage may vary. When you're making your cards, you put them together however you think they look best. There we go. Number 4 card done. And I've got a purple one. What are we going to put on purple? See, now this one I will write something on here on the front of it. You know, like I might take my pen. As a matter of fact, I will just go ahead and do that. This is going to be a thank you card. And I'll take my pen in real pretty lettering. If you're not a good handwriter, you probably don't want to do this. But you could, if you got a die cut machine, you can die cut your lettering. If you got a rubber stamp, you could rubber stamp something in there. I'm going to handwrite this. This is going to be a thank you card. So I'm just going to take my Sharpie pen and handwrite my lettering in here. If you don't have good handwriting, practice. I didn't start out with real good handwriting. I had to practice, practice, practice. My mother made me sit for hours, hours and hours, and practice, practice, practice my handwriting. I hated it. Lord have mercy. But I'm grateful for it today. She said, you'll thank me someday. And she's right. I'm glad that I can put some nice lettering down on things. I'm still not, you know, an expert by any stretch of the imagination. So you'll make sure when you put it down, you got your card so that it opens the right direction. You don't want to put it on there upside down. And there we go. Just rub it down good. I like using the Sharpie marker for my lettering because it doesn't run. You don't have to worry about it running. And that's also what I sign the back of my cards with. We need one more done. And I'll go with this light shade of green here. And I think that what I will do here is I will put this one here. This kind of shows up pretty on that. It's not showing up as pretty on the camera as what it is. This is a little brighter green than what's showing up on the camera on my screen. But got the blue background, some clouds and some mountains and some grass, a little bit of brown in the grass there. And we've got a little pine tree over here on the side of it. Just a little mini piece of art. There we go. And center that on there. Just like that, and rub her down. And it's just that simple. That's how quick it is. I made a half a dozen cards right here in just a few minutes. We got a couple with music notes on them. There's those two. We got the one with the embossed flowers on it. We got that landscape and that little kind of a park type scene. Some flowers around the bottoms of the trees there. Oops, got a little high for the camera, didn't I? This little park scene. Got some trees, probably some maple or oak trees or something there. And some sky and grass, flowers around the bottom of the tree. It says thank you on it. So there's a half a dozen cards made up just that quick. Check out my Patreon. Check out my Etsy store. I've added a whole bunch of stuff to the Etsy store, and there's more coming. I've got another stack all pictured up, ready to rock as soon as I can get a few minutes to sit down with Etsy and put them up. And then there'll be more because I've got more stuff to go through to get up on Etsy. So be sure and check it out and see what all kinds of pretty things that I'm putting up there. Still have the Patreon channel. I have to get another video up this week, but I got 2 up there so far. And if you become a patron, you can see the videos that I'm putting up on tutorials there on the Patreon channel. And there's 4 tiers. I give away a gift each month for each tier that I have there in the Patreon. So you're welcome to get signed up there. It's $1, $5, $10, and $20 a month are the levels that I have available on the Patreon channel. And that helps me buy craft supplies so I can keep bringing you these cool videos and show you how to do these pretty things. And with all that being said, you can also find me on Twitch. I do a live on Twitch right around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning on Twitch. Every morning I do a live stream at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Monday on Twitch. My live stream on YouTube is at 8 p.m. on Monday evenings, where we have a live chat room. Everybody is welcome to participate and make friends and gain support and all that there. And I think that pretty much covers it. I'm sure I probably left something out. All this is in the description of the video for your convenience, so you can find me just about anywhere. And with all that being said, there's only one thing left to say. That's Brenda's Crafty. Be like Brenda. Bye.